Hello everybody and welcome to Everything Artsy with Mary Grace. And that's me. So today we are making scrunchies. They're the fad that is coming back and everybody seems to be wearing them now. And so I thought it'd be really fun to teach y'all how to make these really cute, really fun scrunchies because they're so easy to make. So we're going to do them entirely by hand. We're not going to use a sewing machine. You could use a sewing machine if you want to. It does make it a lot quicker and a lot easier if you know how to use the machine, but I wanted to make these in a way that everybody can make them whether you have a machine or not. So here's what you need. So you're going to need fabric, and then you will need fabric scissors. Yes. But be careful because these are super sharp and you could really hurt somebody, so don't. Be careful. You'll need safety pins. You will need elastic. This is a 1/4 inch, 3 yards of elastic, so we can make a ton of scrunchies. And then you will also need embroidery floss, or you could get even thinner thread, but I do lots of embroidery, so I already have this floss, so this is what we're going to use. You will need a needle to hand sew this all together. So once you have all that, you're ready to go. Let's make some scrunchies. So the first thing you want to do is you want to cut all of your fabric, and I already cut mine, so pretend that I went beautiful. I cut some beautiful fabric, and this is 16 inches by 4 inches, roughly. I mean, if you look at mine, mine's rough, but it's okay. It's okay. It's craft time, and I get to do whatever I want because I'm an artist, and so do you because you're an artist. So the first thing, you cut it out so it's 16 by 4, and you're going to fold it over in half so that each of the edges meet. And you're going to do it inside out. Fold it over, and you're going to pin it at each side around the 2-inch mark. So take your safety pin, and it's just so that the fabric stays together because we'll take it off in a minute. And this is to help you as you are sewing it together. This will make it easier to keep things aligned. So now that we have our safety pins in on both sides, okay, so once you've done this, we are going to put the floss through the needle and start sewing this bad boy together. And I'm such a rough, messy artist. Like, I'm not very exact, which is sometimes good and sometimes not good when you need to be exact. But this is all being done by hand, so you can easily fix it. So thread the floss through the needle. If you've done any embroidery, it's just like that. And we're going to knot it twice to make sure it doesn't come through this fabric. And so you're going to start right after the safety pin, and it doesn't matter which end you come into. You want to kind of stick close to the edge. So watch. I'm just going to, poke the needle through and pull it on through. So you're sewing these two ends together. And so we pulled it through, and then we're going to go back under. Again, this is very simple, like the basics, first steps to embroidery. Pull it through, and then from this side, you're going to go under. Who knew that today was also going to be teach me the basics of embroidery? Now you will have it all. See the pink, that is where I have embroidered it together or sewed it together. And we're just gonna make a knot at the end where you're done. And you don't go past the safety pins. You just sew right in between the safety pins and it'll be all good. Once you've embroidered it, you can remove the safety pins. And be careful because they're very pointy, as we learned. And now that you've done this, you're going to turn this right side in. So you're going to start and fold it back through so that the outside goes on the inside and your pretty pattern will be on the outside now. And this is just a process of pushing the fabric through and pulling it through. And once you've gotten it put where the inside is on the inside and the pretty pattern is on the outside, you're almost there. So the next part is you're going to take your elastic, and my way of measuring the elastic is by putting it around my wrist to see what would be comfortable to wear around my wrist. And so I'm thinking about this tight, so that's what I cut, is this much. So it's not very long. This is how much I cut. And y'all, this is so, I don't know, rough. I guess rough is the word for today. But I attached a safety pin to the end of the elastic, and then I taped it to this marker. And I'm going to feed it through the cloth. So we're gonna take the cloth and we're gonna take the marker, and you just put it on there, begin to feed it down, and hold the end of the elastic at this end. So we're gonna hold that there, the end of the elastic, and you're going to begin to push the fabric so that the marker can start to show. And you just keep doing that, keep scrunching it up. Now we know where it got its name. We're learning so much today. And then look, the marker came out and we can remove the tape, maybe. I used washi tape, so it's not very strong. Ah, ta-da! Okay, so it still looks a little bit rough, but it's because we're not done yet. Once you've fed the elastic through both ends, I like to pin it right there. And you're going to take your needle that you used earlier to sew both the ends of the cloth together, and you're just going to sew these two ends of the elastic together. Super simple, and we can actually take the safety pin out now. You just can't let go of the elastic or they'll bounce back. You might want to make sure that it's like this so that they overlap pretty perfectly and it's pretty flat. If you can't tell, this is the first time I've done this. But hey, we're learning together, and that's what makes it fun and educational. So yeah, I would just make sure you take it through a few times so that it definitely is going to stay together. It looks super crazy, but again, that's on the inside and nobody will see that. Unlike humans, where what's on the inside counts. And if you're mean and messy and bad on the inside, that's not maybe the best. Okay, so now you have, the front looks great, like a cool scrunchie, and the back's like, what's going on? So we are going, what are we gonna do? We're going to put one end of the fabric into the other like that. So we're hiding it. Goodbye, fabric. And then the other end, so once you've hidden part of it, like you're just going to push the cloth into the little crevice, make sure that you can't see any elastic on the underside. And then the part that's still sticking out, I just kind of sewed it together so it makes a nice little triangle. And then once you've done that, you're going to take this little bit of cloth left and tuck him under. Tuck him on inside. And just push it under until it looks pretty neat and unassuming. And then once you have it looking like this, we're just going to make one last stitch to really push it together, and you're just kind of tying the two ends that you tucked under together. Then once you've made the knot, you'll cut it, and then You can pull it out, you know, like make it all whatever you want. But we have a scrunchie. Scrunch, 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 scrunch. Wow, this is how everybody wears them. Oh my gosh. So you thought that this tutorial was crazy and a mess, but look, I got this scrunchie that I was trying to make. I look kind of crazy, but this is a cute scrunchie, so oh my gosh. Woohoo! Scrunchies for days. Thank y'all for coming, and please subscribe. Bye!